Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Seeking Heaven channel. Hope you're having a super day and glad you're here. I have a channeled message for you about Portal Day from Jesus. Before we get into that, and I also have my message and thoughts on that too, and how that's this is so insightful. It's such a, oh my gosh, this is so good what I've got to go over today. Real quick, if you haven't signed up for my Academy of Divine Wisdom, do so. I have amazing free meditations and paid for and free classes and upcoming events with myself and guest speakers. If you're interested in an evidential psychic medium, I'm extremely good. I trained 8 years in the evidential style of British mediumship with Tony Stockwell and Lisa Williams and several others. So I've done a lot of stage work too. So definitely consider me for a private or group reading. And then finally, if you're interested in the starseed sessions, activations, past life and soul discovery, earth mission channeling, angelic transmissions, what galactic planet you are from, spiritual mentorship and coaching, please let me know. And then we have the Seeking Heaven channel store where you can find your customized starseed and divine merchandise. So thanks for joining me today. I want to get right into our topic, which is the Portal Day 3-3, because we can't have a 3-3-3 because we don't have a 33rd day, but 3-3-3 is also an amazing number. They're all 3, 3-3, 3-3-3, and 3-3-3-3. They're all, derivative of the number 3, and they're just amplifications from that. So let me tell you how this went today. I was pressing in my heart to give you this Portal Day message for 3-3. First of all, that's my birthday month, March 22nd. Yay. Feel free to send a thank you and a donation to help the channel because every bit helps. It really does. So that would be yay. Birthday. Thank you to Tamara. My birthday is March 22nd. I am an Aries. Big shockaroo there, right? But I'm also a water sign. I'm considered on the cusp because I'm the first day. So I love the ocean and the water, but honestly, I think that comes from my Sirius B days, which I talked about that on the Galactic Origins Cruise, Sirius B, and I'll be doing a card deck on that too. So stay tuned for that. So March 3-3, this happens, every year, 3-3. It's another Portal Day and manifestation. And I want to talk about what that is, but then I want to talk about how I brought Jesus into all this. Work very closely with him. Those of you that know me know that I've had 6 near-death experiences, and I've seen them in 2. I've been in 2 of my near-death experiences. I've been one of which I was dead for a couple hours, and then for 3 days, I spent it with him in an induced coma. So, anyhow, I've been talking to him since 3.5 years old. And so I thought, well, why not ask him about Portal Day? I mean, he tells me about the aliens. I mean, certainly he'd know about portals. So I asked him, what are we expecting in this month of March? What spiritually, collectively, and individually are we going through? And so what I did is I channeled a message first, which I'm going to read to you. But I channeled him privately with me and him. And then later on, after the fact, I did that because I wanted a good clean. I'm very much so into not having information. So it was very clean, did that. And then I went back and did a little research on the Portal Day, other than what I already knew about it. And I was like I should be surprised. I've been doing this my whole life, but he was spot on. It was amazing, but he had his take on it. So know that information I'm about to tell you came after the Jesus message, but I want to tell you everything first, tell you the Jesus message, and then tell you my summary. It's very good. So I'm going to start with me and my thoughts and just give you a little background on Portal Day 3, which is March, and then the 3rd, which is 3-3. 3 is often associated with Christ, which is why I thought he should be the one to channel today. And the Trinity is also 3. The golden Tesla with number 9, 3 equals 9, which is a spiral of creation. Many of these numbers, and I'm referring to some of my notes because I don't want to leave anything out. Many of these numbers you'll get you can get them during the day and in the evening. It could be you wake up during the day, or you're looking at the clock. It could be you wake up at 3:33, or it could be you look at the clock at that time, and it could be you're thinking of something and you look at it. It could be a bumper sticker, could be really anything that you see 333. It is, to me, when I see that, it is always a comfort when I glance and say, look at the clock. It's always a comfort that Christ is always with me and in me, and that all's going to be well. That's what it is for me. So 3 to me means Christ. I mean, it can mean a lot of things. Okay. We could go way down this numerology rabbit hole, but to me, and then 33 is Christ and God. And to me, 333 is Christ, God, Holy Spirit. Now, I know there's more esoteric things than that. I get it. But that's what that means to me. And it also, when you have the Holy Spirit, comes with the spiritual gifts, such as discernment of spirits and tongues and more. So again, amplified, right? And so, again, if you're a March baby, this March may mean a lot to you. And I want to tell you certain things that the number 3 means, which is March. Not to say you can't still connect with 33 or 333, because you can, and I'll explain. Number 3 is really a joyful number. It's a creative number. Many of these characteristics I talk about is like me 100%, because I'm an artist. I went to art school. I went to East Carolina University. I have a degree in commercial design and marketing. I own an ad agency. Almost 27 years. So, and then I went right in the mediumship publicly with that. I went into lots of training and then did that because I thought, if I'm going to do this, publicly or on stage, and I wanted to make sure that the quality was there. But, so I'm a creative person, and I come from a long line of artists and musicians and this kind of thing. So, generally number 3, the characteristics of March babies or people that connect with number 3 are imaginative, expressive, communicative, optimistic, spontaneous, generous, inspirational, tolerant, joyful, freedom-seeking. That's a big one for me. I believe you should be the freedom to be you. I should be the freedom to be me. Adventurous, youthful, talented, artistic, usually expressed emotionally through some type of art, like writing, music, drawing, painting, singing, maybe even acting or theater. It could be really anything that's creative. Could be cooking, could be baking. Many artists and creative types really feel drawn to this number, really the sequence of number 333. They really like that one because that's a little bit more amplified and ascended, but is a creation number, especially in the 3s. And I've been an artist, not only with owning my advertising agency, creating whole campaigns, and doing graphic design. I still do all my stuff that you see. All this is not hired out. I do all this, but then I have to pay for apps that do things like I'm in StreamYard, for example. But I do them all. I do all the Photoshop work and all of that. And, it's a work in progress, always, learning with that and then technology and so forth. But yeah, so I've always done my own art and whatever, or promotions. Even when I was doing lots of stage work event before COVID, I did lots of, of stage work with my mediumship, and I would always promote that. And then I designed jewelry. I took that 2 years in college. I was in college 4.5 years, but did that for 2 of the years. Sculpture, very good with that clay. I'm married to a clay, so it's good. I'm good at that. And then I owned a boutique for a long time, and I designed French Baroque furniture. So again, think about all the ways you're creative, and it could be various different ways. But the people born in March are generally charismatic and charming. No, they are. They're supposed to be a little bit like that, which is great for people that are in acting or what have you. They're also generally intuitive to a lesser or greater degree. And, the term old soul, I hate to really use that, but they have a lot of inner wisdom. And I think that's what that means when people say that. They can see things that are unseen. They kind of see through people. They're pretty genuine. They don't like a BSer. And they're kind, they're caring, they're empathic or empathetic to people. They're usually drawn to the water or ocean. I know I am. I love any place that's Mediterranean, love it. And they have a big heart, and they look for other people that have a big heart, and they can see that in them. And they can also see, generally, most people in the March, they can also see, or they identify with the number 3, can identify ones that are not, that don't have a big heart, that maybe, need to work on their shadow self. And they seem to be nonconformist and a free thinker. And I definitely know I am. I didn't follow any, I had a hard time with my ad agency doing I did fine with the corporate world. I did great. But, I didn't like the, when it became too constraining on the creativity, I didn't like that aspect idea. I didn't mind doing certain things, but I didn't like when it took over. So I would consider myself a nonconformist. My family would probably consider that as well. Anyhow, I want to get into this 3-3. So it is a master number, just like 11-11-22-33, which my birthday is March 3-22. That is a master number. So some of you were 3-11, master number, or even if you're like 2-11, that's a master number. The 2-2, which is a whole different topic. We talked about 2. If you want to hear about 2-2, we talked about in February. It still applies for that if you want to hear about what I talked about on that. So I want to get into the number, what this means. The 33, being a master number, master numbers hold certain spiritual significant energies. And when I talked about, there are certain characteristics of frequencies that go with that number with people, and you can usually spot them. I know some people do Enneagrams. I've seen that. I've had it done on me. It's pretty spot on. But people can kind of tell who you are anyway. At some point you're like, you can't really hide it. So. And people that are intuitive, if you were hiding, it can see through it anyway. So I think the thing is, it's not to hide it. It's truly be your unique, wonderful, real self. So with these numbers, it also comes across people with 3 or connect to that, or March, or humanitarians. They do everything they can to make the world a better place in their own way. And so they're more focused. I'm not saying they're focused. They don't have it on themselves. They have, like what I do. I mean, it takes a little confidence to talk out and talk to people, because not everybody's positive like you are, but because, so you have to kind of work through that. But they're more interested in helping the world and leaving it in a more positive place by them being here. And so because of that, they're selfless. And they don't really have a personal agenda. They just actually really do want to benefit the world and Mother Earth and the people in it and all of that. I know I'm like that to my fault. When I was in my ad agency business, I was not so much like that. I was just all 3D, get it done. I let the part that was the creative part that connected me to the divine. Not saying I wasn't spiritual, I was, but it was really hard to come out fully like this. Is why I don't understand how some people, they want so bad to have a career in spirituality. It's rough. I mean, because it's not the same. It's, you get pushback from people, and so I've had to live as the black sheep for a long time, or whatever they call it. So I'm somewhat used to it. I guess even a little toughened up to it. Anyhow, so the 30, why I'm saying this is all part of the 3. This is part of the, it sounds all great, but you also get counter on following the norm, right? So people that are listening, I know you know this. You get that counter because as you go up to 33, which is what we're talking about today, so you get 3. That's an amplification. It is associated with spiritual enlightenment, as well as the journey toward higher consciousness. And that's why you're here. And that's what we're doing together on the Seeking Heaven channel. So, and other things that you're doing. And I have my Academy of Divine Wisdom. I'm doing that just to be of help. And I'm going to be offering some more stuff, like code language and different things. to help with people. It'll be a lot of fun. So the 333, when you get to that sequence, it really aligns with encouragement, exuberant psychic ability, manifestation, and transformation. It's also a symbol of the past, the present, and future. And those who've accepted their past, or you might say have done their trauma work, their shadow work, and they're living more in the moment, and they're hopeful for the future. And so anyone that's doing this work that I'm doing, that's speaking in some way about ascension and positivity and love, there's, they're doing that because they have hope for humanity and love. And so many of you watching are just like that. So 333 appears to be visionaries who have a strong intuitive ability to accurately perceive people and sometimes the future. That, you may see it in pictures, you may get a feeling, but you have a pretty good idea. I find it best not to watch the news or to do anything like that, unless I usually find out stuff from my husband, if I need to know something, but I try not to, because I don't want it affecting my psychic feedback, or what I'm getting from my guides or my higher self or whatever you want to call it. I just don't want it. I don't want it affecting that. And it's tough, because I live in this world. People send me Instagram stuff all the time. It's really hard to limit it. It really just is. I know you all understand that, but it's important so you can tune into yourself, not tune into what some guy says that is going to help you with your, diet or something, so. All right. So getting back. So they're usually, all these people are highly sensitive. They have 333. They have spiritual gifts, whether they're healers, whatever they are, to help this world in manifesting peace. It also represents the 3 points of a triangle, which is, that's the whole thing in a triangle. We could go into the whole Egypt thing and the whole Syrian, but the triangle is very spiritual in itself. 33 represents the interconnected triangles, which forms a Merkaba, which the Merkaba, and then you get 333, you get an expanded Merkaba, is even said in the Bible being the golden chariot, which is, as we know it, that is the vessel in which it takes you to quantum travel. I mean, astral travel is the lower realms with the creepy crawlies. I don't like astral traveling. I don't really care looking at myself sleep. I want to go to other worlds and beautiful places. And the higher realms it's just full of love. So that's where I want to go. So that's what you use with the Merkaba through these different dimensions and timelines, because there can be many. You can go back in time, forward in time. And there are also many 1952, 1988, 2088. There's a lot of these. They're not one. There's multiple timelines and planetary systems. And you can take your Merkaba and do that. Your Merkaba can do other things too, but this is not a Merkaba subject. So I'm going to keep going. So when 33 or 333 occurs, it is reminding us that we are a multidimensional being and that we have a multidimensional soul, and that it exists eternally with or without a body. It is the full I am, and it is never truly separate from God. We're never truly separate from God or the divine source, because we are part of God. And that is impossible because we're part of all of cosmic consciousness and whatever has been or will be. And we are co-creators with God. So it's just kind of impossible for that to be. The idea of us being alone is just kind of silly. We just forgot things before, in between lives, before we got here, because we are not. The numbers 33 or 333 remind us that we are creators through our intentions and words, that we are good, we are strong and fearless, we're not weak and pitiful, and most of all, we are love. Everything else is an alteration of that love into something tainted, because in its purity, it is just love. On March 3rd, or 3-3, an energy portal opens. offering divine interventions, unexpected things that may occur. Is positive energy, opportunity for major growth, transformation, personal transformation, spiritual transformation. It is an opportunity to shape your destiny, your intentions, to manifest any kind of things that you would like to happen. So if you're approaching March with a positive mindset, yeah, and we think about spring and March and new beginnings, this is exactly what it is. It's exactly, which is why I love March myself, not just because I'm a March baby, but I love March. And so it's important that in March, with this positive mindset, that with that you will attract and embrace these new experiences. And by doing so, it's great to let the universe just surprise us now and then and be excited. I mean, why do we want to know everything? Some of it, we just want to, like, oh, don't you like surprises? Like, that was awesome. I love when that happens. As you enter a new month, I just want you to set these powerful intentions of what you want to truly manifest. And, not the, oh, I want $1 million. It's really, your heart is not, that's not your head and thinking about your bank account, but your heart is like, I just need more love in my life. I need better friends. I want to have more beauty surrounding me. I want to grow more things around my house and be able to be sustainable. I mean, that's what your heart's simple. Okay. So go drop it to your heart when you're looking to manifest. And then you can receive, there's just unlimited blessings and miracles, but it has to be simple like a child. Remember, Jesus said that, but drop it to your heart and then it'll make that possible. And it's also important during the, just really be grounded. What do I mean by that? It's easy to be grounded when you're in nature or your own thoughts. Okay. Just don't let the world stuff get in there, or family or negative friends or anything like that. Just be in your own presence and honor your own spirit. Now, the message from Jesus that you've been waiting for. This is what Jesus had to say. Now, remember, I asked him first, and then I gave you this, and I'm going to follow up with a summary. So I asked Jesus, what about this portal day? I asked him, and this is what he said. This is what I call Jesus Speaks on Portal Day, March, which is 3/3. He said, this is a time of great consciousness shifts, renewal from lack of energy to having strength and purpose. It is a time the weak get weaker and the strong get stronger. A time where weakness, though, he said, however, a time where weakness can be strength, especially when a shift of consciousness takes place. So real quick, I think what he meant with the weak get weaker, meaning if they're unwilling to change and they're digging their heels in, they may find themselves getting weaker, but they could use that weakness to be a strength and the time a shift of consciousness takes place. Okay, I'll continue. There is no such thing as being a victim. Therefore, one should know that they are not victims. No one is. He or she must consider themselves a victor with only a few obstacles along the way. And one must also consider what is real. What is reality? Yes, we have a shared human reality, but what is your unique reality? Is it based on how you were raised, your past considerations or limitations? This world is an agreed upon creation, but each being can manifest their own reality. It is time for many to step into their wholeness of self in this carnation and allow oneself to be free of things that do not serve their higher purpose. For many, this could be a time of grief and confusions and even anger. It is difficult to let go of old ways, even when it is necessary for your next step in spiritual growth. Look at life as the current relationships, things, and even goals transpire and expire. They eventually transmute into other relationships, different things that may surround you, and your goals change with that. But make no mistake, it is not the friendships that are changing you, but you yourself, your consciousness, and old considerations. So many, okay. and old considerations. Have a life that you decide to be love, share love, and also receive love. If the old ways tend to depart, if that of the old ways tends to depart, and it allows open pathways, new doors for new beginnings. So many are yet still afraid of change, but then also crave a new life, a new home, a new set of friends, and more. How is this possible to achieve if you keep holding on to things or people that no longer align with your mission or consciousness at this time? Often, when we release old friendships, generally in our mind, first through love and gratitude, we also set them free to continue to their next level. I would not be one for recommending keeping one away from their spiritual path. They must learn and grow just as you have. You can be loving and supportive, but never offer a crutch to someone you feel is weaker than you. If so, you will be supporting someone becoming a victim, and no one is that. Instead, look at everyone as a highly capable, eternal being that has no limitations, and that is what you are. And that is what you are. So instead of wearing a victim's shroud, why not wear a coat of armor? For you are a victorious spiritual captain equipped to handle all situations while setting yourself to the destination of your choice. The shift in your environment first starts within you, your consciousness, your shift in how you view the world. Surround yourself with loving people and loving activities. Avoid things that are draining. Sour grapes produce spoiled and toxic wine. Fill your cup with the best wine from the most quality vineyard. I support you in all you do and offer you angelic support and guidance along the way. You are and have never been alone, so go for it. Embrace and choose life. This is the time of letting go old thoughts, embracing all that you are, and achieving your own personal freedom through that. For you are free and unbound. You are eternally free as a divine spiritual being. Allow for your soul's evolution and enjoy the journey. I am, you are, it is so. I love you, Jesus. So, yay, I love Jesus. I love you. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, he's so awesome. If y'all know him, his energy is so amazing. Anyhow, so I felt like that what he said was kind of like what it's all about. So I was like, how cool is that? I love confirmation. Being an evidential medium, I also strive to be an evidential channeler. Boom, ba-boom. There you go, right there. Okay, I get excited. So I got very excited just now. All right. So in summary, what I thought about that, that we should just live our best lives and embrace it, and then poof, let go of the past. I mean, yeah, and when it comes up, go, okay, all right, send it love, send it on. Don't let it get stuck there. You just kind of release it and move on. If you find it again, release it, send it love, send it love, release it again. So I just think we need to all keep moving forward and, marching on, being patient with ourselves, because, we're on a soul mission. But it's also, we need to be aware of things, but it's also divine timing, and things are going to happen the way they're going to happen. And it's not always clean and smooth. There are little bumps and obstacles, little pebbles on the path. I do think it's sometimes important to hit the reset button. This is Tamara's opinion. Sometimes I think it's important to hit the reset. If things are very negative, you've tried. You can't make, sometimes you need to hit the reset. And what that means is that sometimes if that change takes you to a place that's for growth and happiness, if you can't do that with your job or a certain area of your life, your marriage or whatever, I'm not telling everybody to go all in their marriage. I'm a believer in getting counseling or whatever. But what I'm saying is if you reach a point you need to hit the reset. You need to say, okay, nothing's changing. I need to take control of this. So there's nothing wrong with you taking control of your life. That's a very, very healthy thing. And that's where boundaries come in. So yeah, I'm going to get all preachy on this part. It's very, very important because a lot of the characteristics that I mentioned and the lovely people that are watching that are my people, okay, you're nice, you're sweet, you're kind, you're giving, but you don't always put in boundaries for yourself. Even, yeah, y'all grown-ups should have that. But just remember to have boundaries, whoever that may be, that you have to love and put yourself first. It's hard, but we need to keep that in mind because we need to be our own best friend. So we need to limit interactions with negative people, places, and things. Limit your social media, limit your technology. Go into nature. That's not healthy. That's not working on communications and human development and your spirituality. We have to limit that. That's like, technology has become like, social crack. I mean, this is a horrible addiction people have, and it is tough. I mean, it is really, really, really tough. So I want to mention that. So the reset could be, if done out of love for yourself and powerful, not like angry, but just done in love for yourself, then it could be a powerful way to start fresh in a certain area and make those positive changes that you need. Only you can do this. So, I have a couple tips to leave with you. Reflect on what you need to change. Most of the time you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't need to change everything. Just look in the areas that you would like to change. Whatever that might be, and then do that. Just make some effort toward that. So just reflect and look at that. Is it relationship, career? Is it spiritual development? Do you need more of it? Do you need to read more? What do you need to do? And so for me, like for example, I need to carve out more time to finish my freaking book because my guides are hounding me that I've got tons of books in me. And they said, we need this done. And I've got oracle cards. And so they're like, it's not going to do itself. And so I have to, push through because I got to find out the obstacles of how do you do it? What's the format? And all, it's always something, right? So, but this is what I'm getting. And so I need time to do that, and also to work in my house for remodeling. That's another thing. That's another area. So career, I got to have time to do these books and stuff, right? And I need to be choosy with the time and who I spend it with. And then personal, it's time to remodel the house. I mean, it's just dated, and it's just time for an upgrade. Maybe you need a home upgrade. Maybe you need a personal upgrade. I do that all the time. So set clear intentions, kind of what you're looking for, what you want to do. Don't make a big deal of it. This is all about what you want. Say create a plan. I mean, don't get all 3D weird. I mean, because we want to be 5D. You need more time to meditate. You want more time with your family. You have been talking about, like for me, I got to plant some seeds so I can get it out in the garden. Like I've got to make the time to do that because that's important to me because I loved having my garden last year. So, do the things that are going to get you to that point. So just think, even if you just think 6 months out, that's cool. And then start identifying any kind of limiting self-beliefs you have, even with your own religion or whatever it is, you don't have to throw it away. You can just put it on the shelf, look at stuff, bring it back. You don't have to get rid of anything. You just look at things that it could be relationships. What are limiting beliefs that are holding you back? And you think, well, what could that be? I mean, it could be a lot of stuff. You've heard the woman like, well, men are awful. Well, yeah, maybe that's why you've not met anyone because you have a horrible attitude, right? I mean, I just, you got to see really pay attention to what comes out of your mouth. And then also self-care. We talked about the self-care time. That's a whole thing right there. People, y'all listening, we all need self-care because people like us, we like to give back a lot and we don't carve out time to just like do nothing. This is like unheard of to me. Like, cause I'm like, type A personality. What do you mean do nothing? What are you talking about? So we need that time or we'll get into the burnout stage or our health will take effect of that. And I wish that's for no one. So we got to look out for one another. Right. So let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, just visualize the life that you would like. Maybe start with the simple things immediately the next 6 months, and you can revisit it then. Visualize the life you want. Like with mine, I want things more streamlined, and so that's the kind of I'm visualizing what I want, and and also my garden. That's a visualization too. So I like art surrounding me, but my art I like is change. So I've got to get rid of a lot of stuff. I used to, your taste changes. I don't know what to say. And remember that the reset could be positive, because it's what you want. It's only about what you want. And then finally, I think the most important thing that what Jesus was saying is that you're not a victim. You do need to go for it. That you need to have, all of us do. We need more love and joy in our life. And I think that if you find ways to do that, to make yourself happy. You don't need anyone's approval. You can do that for yourself. This life was given to you as a beautiful gift, so don't squander it. And this being at this higher vibration and trying to be conscious to stay in that, it takes work. That's why they say spirituality is a lot of work, because sometimes you really would like to tell someone off, or you're angry when you have to go, you have to center and you go, okay, that's just where they are. Okay. That's the old me. That is not the new me. And so it's a lot of work, because you want to raise your energy vibration to manifest the higher vibrational life that matches that. And we've got to do that. And you need to know that we're always safe and protected. And Jesus said that. He said, I have angels for you for guidance, protection. I mean, we're just, all we got to do is ask. You got to ask. That's all you got to do. And teaching ourselves to really be joyful and full of love every day. And that's so important for our spiritual health and our spiritual growth. And it's important to trust everything is going to be okay. Not, don't look back too much, but just kind of look forward. I think more important looking forward is be in the present moment. That's more important than anything in the whole world. Jesus told me we only have moments of seconds of time. So all we can have is a moment. Whoop, that moment's gone. All we can be in the moment. And it goes by so quickly. The time you're with your children or with your pets or with your best friend, it just goes by so quick when you're having so much fun. It's because those moments are so precious. And as Jesus tells me, and my angels, all is as it should be. There are no mistakes or coincidences. All is well. So I hear all the time from my angels, all is well. All should be as it should be. All is well. Meaning things will be as they should. So I hope you enjoyed this. I try to do these for free instead of, I'll do them as long as I can for free. And a donation would be great. If not, if it's not in your financial budget, know that I love you and I appreciate you. Make sure you share and this with your friends, make comments, what you're personally working on, what your career thing is working on. And if you want to hear more Jesus channel messages, tell me on what topics you'd like to hear, and I'll be more than happy to do that. All right. I wish you all a beautiful week. Much love from me. Please subscribe, like, and make comments, and support this channel by becoming a member. Thank you for your continued support.